Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, 'cause it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. Welcome to Thursday's KVJ After the Show podcast. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. All right, got one more day to the weekend. Got a lot of stuff if you're tied into the Miami Grand Prix. It'd be nice to have that. I just don't have the tickets or the access or the money or whatever it takes, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun if you're going to be doing it.
Kind of snuck up on us. We just found out about it. Well, we knew it was coming, but we didn't know all the details.
Well, it's just, how many different places have parties. I didn't know it was going to be this big in year one, and it really... It rivals, I'd say, Art Basel and Miami Music Week and some of those weeks where you just see tons of celebrities in town. This is year one, so I can only imagine what it might be like in future years. Everybody from Snoop Dogg, Paris Hilton, DJ Khaled's got stuff, Chainsmokers. So, all these parties going on and, just seeing how much they're going to cost. And it seems like a lot of fun, like I said, just not for me.
You
People
old?
got the money. Not old. It's just you
No,
poor.
I'm just kidding.
You poor.
Mitch needs a press pass.
Yeah, that's it.
Do they give those out?
I'd love to. Well, yeah.
Every event gives them out. It's just, can you get one?
Well, I think the problem with it, though, is they would have it, and I've done this before, too, where I thought I was going to be clever and do the press pass, and you get access to a shitty back area where nobody is and there's nothing fun. There's like one table with a 2-liter of Pepsi on it. And that's it. And you're looking and you can't get access to where you really want to be.
Gotcha.
But then now you've got the press pass, so it's almost like you have to work. And I go, well, this sucks.
I came here to drink.
Yeah.
And all I got is a Pepsi.
I want to be with I want to be the cool people way over there. I know you're here to cover this event. Yeah. So you don't necessarily have fun when you get in on those press passes. I found out. Well, the one thing that I found out was that way with the Super Bowl. I didn't realize that a lot of the people who get press passes at the Super Bowl, like, I went to the Super Bowl, bitch. They have got a room set up at some stadiums. I can't remember. Maybe it's at Hard Rock Stadium, where they had a media room where you go and sit, and they have TVs where you watch it in a room with like 40 other people.
And you're not
right next to them.
You don't have a seat.
Yeah, you don't have a seat or anything like that. So you watch the game on TV like anybody else. You're like, gosh, what am I doing?
I could have watched this at home with chicken wings and nachos.
Yeah. So
you don't even get to walk around like in the hallways?
I think you get to then go into like the press conference that they have afterwards, but it's not necessarily very fun. When I kind of did the sports thing, I started to realize that you can get access to a lot of cool games and things like that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you got great access. You're like, man, this is awesome.
Maybe that's how sports works, but for like events, like say like South Beach Food and Wine, I got some press passes one year for that, and they were just like regular tickets. Like,
okay, yeah,
I
you got in like that?
I talked to the PR firm ahead of time. I was like, hey, can we get some tickets, some press tickets? And they were like, yeah, sure. And you just had to go check in with the PR team in like a little office, and they handed you an envelope with your name on it and all your tickets, and they were regular tickets.
Yeah, see, and that
was
good.
Cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I was in a room watching people eat on a TV.
I had a conversation with two people that had worked on kind of like those extra type shows, and they had done many a red carpet, and they said, yeah, we never got tickets to the event. You got on the red carpet and you got a pass to interview as they came up, but then you were gone.
You're done.
Like you had no more access. That was it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I was like, well, that would kind of suck. They're like, well, you get to talk to celebrities, but yeah, you're not getting to attend the gala.
You're at the best part, though. I think the red carpet's the best part.
Okay. Yeah. So, do or don't like it. So that's kind of the way that works. Got a lot of emails from people here about that dog poo thing we were talking about today. People who pick it up and don't. We had one caller from Stewart that got everybody wrangled up. They had a big old dog, like a 150-pounder, that they don't clean up their poo. And they said, it just turns into fertilizer. What's the big deal?
Not on the walking trail hooker. She was talking about how, it's fine. It's good for the earth. It's not good for the people that have to walk that trail behind you.
Well, I learned...
She was out of her mind, guys.
Yeah, I learned several things from just some of the comments that we got. Like Kyle had said, the dog poo is actually very acidic, and it's bad for the grass. It's not considered fertilizer. It's not cow manure. So, using that's not a great plan.
Even if that was your whole thing for the argument, it's great for the earth. We're not talking about that. We're talking about people walking in your dog shit. And y'all know me. I'm a huge dog lover. I love dogs.
You're also a lover of being barefoot.
Yeah, I am. And if you can't take care of your dog the correct way, you got to look within. It's not a dog problem. It's a you problem.
Yeah, and Jennifer said, was anybody thinking about the landscapers? When the mower runs over piles of poo, not only does it sling the poo, which then spreads whatever disease it might be, and you could have hookworm or parvo or things like that.
Poo slinging?
Yeah, and it's getting slung all over the place, but it breaks down the equipment, and this causes a trickle-down effect. If they're constantly repairing their equipment, your cost of maintenance, townhome, HOA, apartment complex, whatever, is going to go up. In the end, it's going to bite you in the ass.
Denny's told me how she got on the phone in the very beginning because I was annoyed with her, and I came down on her kind of hard, but I'm glad because she's wrong. And he said he's like, hello, KVJ show. Oh my gosh, KVJ is so wrong about this.
She got on the air and slowed her roll.
Well,
That's funny.
You come into the dungeon.
And then you talked her out of it a little bit there at the end when you talked about the dog poo disease. She's like, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
It's just, you're not considerate of others when you come on and you say, I just let my dog poo anywhere he wants. He's 150 pounds and I don't pick it up and I don't care. Like, that's just somebody who doesn't think of others.
I know I sound like the old man, your ball's on my lawn, but that attitude really is why we have problems. People doing shit that who cares? It's
fertilizer.
You're the problem, not me. It's my 125-pound dog. I'm not going to pick up its shit.
150.
You guys are the issue.
Well, that's, really the reason why we do the call 'em outs on Monday, because, I think she had heard that, and it's like, hey, look, you got to understand how the crap you're doing is affecting other people.
Literally, the crap.
Yeah.
I'm a person, if you make mistakes, I can forgive you. It's when you double down on your douchery. That's when Angry Bird will come out.
Double down douche.
And
Double down douche.
And on the doggy diseases, Rodney sent in a comment from the WRMF app. He said, well, don't let your dog eat shit.
Well, we don't usually, but what if you're on your phone or on a business call and you're walking your dog and you're not paying total attention and your dog eats a turd?
How about this, Rodney? How about let's not walk in shit? How about that one?
How about you walk in shit, Rodney?
Yeah.
I've met a lot of Rodneys in my time. They're usually pretty lippy, Virginia.
And then Jennifer said, regarding using other people's garbage for your dog poo, I'm guilty of using other people's garbage, but only if the garbage cans are at the road waiting to be picked up, so it's not sitting there days. Yeah, and you're not going to walk up somebody's house.
Still.
Hopefully.
When you throw it in there, you don't know for sure it's going to be extrapolated by the garbage man.
Maybe they just picked it up and you just throw it into an empty can.
It could stick to the side. It could come out the bag. A rodent could get in there and smear it around. Like, why would you want to put your feces that you're responsible for? If it's your dog, it's your feces. Why would you want to put that in anybody else's stuff?
If you don't buy it, it doesn't belong. You shouldn't be touching it. Now, this is different than a community dumpster. You wrap up poop and you throw it in there.
Community dumpster, all bets are off. You can throw whatever you want in there.
You're insane if you're taking other people, any kind of shit, and putting it in someone else's trash. It's not your trash can. It's not their problem. It's your problem.
It's way uncool.
It is uncool. Don't put shit in other people's trash cans.
Yeah. Well, it was definitely a hot button topic today. People had lots of opinions on it from all different sides.
Was there that many opinions on people not picking up this shit? There could not have been anybody siding with that
There's only a
woman.
few. Like we said, 8% of people refused to pick up their dog poo, and probably 8% of the comments were like, I'm not picking it up, or don't let your dog eat shit, but that was 8% of the comments.
8% are Rodney's.
Yeah.
Got ya.
92% were like, yeah, I mean, everybody should get this. But that's kind of about the way it is.
It is.
Isn't it?
It's
There's
exactly-
8% of people that always just like, what? They're trolls. They're like, and they really kind of get the other 92% of us all riled up. And you got to realize, look, man, there's always going to be that 8%.
The Ralstons are having a party, okay? There's 30 people there. 2 of the people start shitting on the walls and pissing everywhere. Party's kind of ruined because of those 2 fuckers.
Yep. It's always that bunch. I think you're just always going to have it. Jonathan sent in this email, he said, I was scrolling through YouTube, and you guys all have thumbnails. I don't know if you guys choose them or if they just pick at random. I hope this wasn't that was chosen of Virginia, because it doesn't seem like a flattering photo. I don't know if you see that photo there on KVJ TV.
I look like a bloated beaver.
You look like you're doing some kind of impersonation of an animal.
Not my best look.
Yeah, it's like, I hope we didn't choose that to be that's going to be our thumbnail for today's show.
Sometimes they give
Do you choose them?
No, not all of them, no.
If you chose the bloated beaver, I'm going to kick your fucking ass.
Now, let me just say this.
This is payback, Virginia, for all the times you've chosen the photos and they got on billboards. We're picking the most unflattering moment of the entire show with your face on it and using that now.
Beaver girl.
Yeah.
I typically don't do the thumbnails for the KVJ videos we do up there. Now, just so you know, when you upload a video on YouTube, they give you 3 options of thumbnails, and you don't get to control that. They give you 3 options. Then there's one you can upload on your own. That takes a little bit more time. Now, I do the Instagram videos and the TikTok on some of them, and there is the option to put a very, very unflattering picture.
I'm watching you, Pennington.
Oh, look at the last couple TikToks. It's always you. You're doing some fucked up shit.
I don't give a shit.
Here's one, though.
Honestly, make me look like the fat beaver I am, then people won't be disappointed when they find me in person.
The P one on TikTok, Kevin is really his face is in mid drink pee. He's like, "Rah!" It goes back and forth to Kevin going, "Rah, rah, rah."
Nice little piece of info here from Michelle. She said, if you guys like Tim McGraw and Miranda Lambert, go to Ticketmaster. I purchased tickets yesterday for Tim McGraw, sitting near the stage for $20 and $23 for Miranda on the lawn. And I got Tears for Fears by the stage for $23 at I Think Amphitheater. This week, Live Nation is having the $20 sale for mini concerts.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Denny's were listening to a performance by Tears for Fears. It must have been done, I think, 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago. Holy shit balls, do they sound like it's still 1985.
Really?
They sound,
really?
Dude, the guy he's old. They're old now, and they look great. The guy looks like a wizard, but cool. He looks like a cool ass wizard. It's a great fucking look when you get older. And then the other guy just stayed in such great shape. The short haired dude.
Yeah.
And they sound fantastic.
Really?
They
That's
really
great.
do. They sound great.
Check that out. I'd love to see that.
Oh man, that's how you age. Looking like a badass wizard. He looks great.
Okay.
I love the look.
You're gonna go for badass wizard?
I can see
it.
you pulling the wizard out.
White ass beard, long ass hair.
I wouldn't say that. Sounds so dirty. I can see you pulling the wizard
Hey,
out.
here's my wand, ladies.
Guys, want to see you pull the wizard out?
I'm gonna put a spell on that puss.
That's it. I got this comment. It said, you're talking about alligators and hunting. I just want to let Virginia know that she's very wrong about that. They did change the hours, but only if you have a permit for that specific area. It is not a free-for-all to kill alligators whenever you want.
Wait,
Of
Virginia,
course, everybody knows you have to have a permit to hunt or fish.
dog.
You have to have a permit to hunt or fish. That goes without saying.
That is not what Virginia
That's what I said. You can now do it 24 hours a day. Everybody knows you need a permit to hunt or fish. Sit the fuck down.
I'm sitting down, and look, I ain't trying to get into another fucking spat with you today.
Whatever.
We've been spatting like cats and dogs all morning, Kev.
You guys have been very emotional today.
Whatever.
People didn't get to hear all the behind the scenes. But
Oh, they don't want to hear us bitch about our gig.
I'm gonna hunt you like you're a gator, bitch. 24/7.
I'd believe that if you were 34 back at Wild, but now old ass, you ain't doing nothing.
I'm gonna get in the bushes and leave my calling card, the crawfish.
You ain't getting in shit.
Virginia had a question maybe somebody has the answer to. What does the bell at Trader Joe's mean? When they ring the bell. Now, I've never even been in a Trader Joe's, so I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. But what is this bell, Virginia?
I was in one yesterday because I bring Rocco to his music lesson, and the Trader Joe's at PGA and Prosperity is very close. And so I go there, I go to the Ulta Beauty, and I hit all my little stores. But when I was in Trader Joe's, I noticed like maybe every 10 minutes, they ring this bell and then all the cashiers applaud.
Yes, I know that too. Yeah.
What does that mean?
I think-
What are they applauding?
Is it a tip of sorts?
You tip your clerk?
I don't
I'm
know.
supposed to tip? No one told me this. I was wondering, my clerk was so cute and so friendly and so adorable. I would have tipped him $5. He was so kind. And I didn't tip him anything because I didn't know.
Somebody in the chat room they'll have an answer.
Okay. One person said that good service is what they do, and someone else in the chat room said the bell's a way they call the manager for backup.
Also, either a donation or rewards membership. They got a whole thing going on there. They're like Benny
So what
Hannes.
is it?
Yeah, a little bit of
There's
a little
like
bit of
three
that.
different answers. Yeah.
Well, if I tip him, I want to hear the damn bell. If I tip him and I don't hear the bell, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, that's why you got to figure out what you're doing. You might just be throwing your money away. Be like, oh, we usually don't do tipping here, but thank you very much. And
Yeah.
you get nothing.
He'll be like, thanks, weirdo.
Maybe they ring the bell when you don't tip.
And then what are you going to do? Be
Fuck
like,
this
give me my tip back. I wanted the bell.
I want the bell.
Yeah,
Because
I'm paying for the bell, not for you.
the bell brought joy, Kevin. All of the clerks, all of the employees were like, yay, and clapping. They were so happy. Whatever this damn bell is brings light to their life, and I just want to be a part of the
Okay,
fun.
Wooden Stash Dave, it looks like he knows what he's talking about. One bell lets our crew know when to open another register. Two bells mean there are additional questions that need to be answered at the checkout. Three bells mean call over manager type style. Or
Well, then
type
why
person.
were they clapping for that?
I don't know. Fucking atmosphere. It's bells. I clap when I hear bells. It's happy. I don't fucking know. We're talking way too long about this.
Thanks for nothing.
Dang.
Yeah, thanks, chat room, for the 11 different
Thanks,
answers.
thanks for leaving me in a state of confusion. It's a place I'm used to being.
We know nothing.
Got some emails here. People wanting to get some feedback. Another parenting discussion here. It says, my 16-year-old son is obsessed with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial and has become a huge Johnny Depp fan now.
I get it. He's charming AF.
So the other night he says to me, because we do have a very good, open, and honest relationship, that he wants to start doing drugs like Johnny Depp does. He said he makes him seem really cool. I didn't know what to say. At first, I tried to tell him that drugs are bad and that Johnny Depp is not cool because of the bad substances he puts in his body. But I fear that now maybe my son's going to go off and start doing drugs because he's been watching this Johnny Depp trial. As a single mother, how should I handle this?
Well, play the video when Johnny Depp is spiraling in the kitchen and slices off his finger. Supposedly that was alcohol and drug fueled. Do you want to lose your finger?
I'm telling you right now, if the kid's obsessed with watching the trial, he knows all about that stuff. The trial is a lot of adult content. That might be the first thing you need to talk. Should he be watching it? Although he's 15. I mean, when Cannon gets 15, are you still going to try to control the content that he watches?
I don't control it now.
It's hard, right?
Yeah, I don't. I haven't really gone for that. If this were my son, I mean, I just have a lot of in fact, we don't really hide anything from him. It's like, here's what it is. And we just talk about the decisions you make and what you would see. And if Cannon came to this, I'd be like, okay, he's in this because he's lost a lot of money and his career is spiraling out of control. And if he hadn't done drugs and alcohol, he would have had more of a case in this situation. You can see it lent into a lot of bad decisions and has caused him a lot of pain that he's going through. I said, if you want to throw your life away and have a lot of things happen badly to you and sever your finger and wind up in the hospital and make no money and, basically sleep under a bridge, go for it.
Yeah, look at all the money Johnny lost. I mean,
he
was on top of the world.
You're going to make your own choices. If that's the kind of life that you want to live, at some point you get to choose that.
The problem is, though, with this specific situation, Johnny Depp's not going to be living under a bridge. He's going to probably get his movie career back. I don't. To the mom's point, the kid thinks Johnny Depp's cool. And I don't know if you're going to uncool Johnny Depp.
I don't know if you can.
To the kid, think about when you were 16, your mom trying to tell you, oh, Kevin, Motley Crue's not cool. Okay, Mom, whatever. I think it's one of those things, growing pains.
Yeah.
And you could do the best as a parent.
But I love Motley Crue, when I was this kid's age, and I knew they did a lot of drugs. They didn't keep that anything secret, and I never wanted to rush out and do heroin or any drugs like that. In fact, I saw what was going on. Nikki Sixx, a guy who actually legally died, giving himself heroin. They bring him back to life, and he goes out and he shoots up again. And after that, he's like, I got to get under control. And so I saw that in Motley Crue, and if anything, it was more of a lesson. Be like, okay, I don't want drugs. That stuff's not good. So you can admire Johnny Depp for his acting talent and be like, yeah, Johnny Depp's not, a wasteaway by any means. He's a great actor and he's very entertaining and talented. But the part of him that's awesome is what you see on the screen that you love. This kind of stuff. I've seen that one footage where he's passed out and he's just and his head's kicked back. I'm like, that's not a glamorous way to be. So.
Yeah, and I'm not all defending Johnny Depp's, whatever, how he wants to live his life. I just know that sometimes kids will go, all right, that's great, Mom. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but.
But that's the hard thing, to get your kids to take your advice.
And I think as a parent, that's probably the toughest thing. You can only say and do so much. You can't make somebody do something.
No, you can't. That's why, I think the difference, with my parents that had me that was very resistant, my mom was like, no, you can't. I'm like, yes, I can. Watch me. With my kid, I'd be like, go ahead. Here's going to be the end result. Good luck with that. And I'm like, go fucking do it. I can't stop you, But I'll tell you what the end's going to be. I've seen it. So, he's going to go do it. And if he does, my mom didn't bail me out. In fact, if anything, she got me in trouble. And I'd be like, I'm not going to be there to bail you out. You're going to go with it. You do something dumb, you wind up in prison. You're going to be in prison.
And just know, too, the Johnny Depp case is not the only place you're going to get, that kind of content. It's out there. If it's not the Johnny Depp case, it's going to be something else.
Every movie with cocaine in it.
Yeah. So we just always...
There's a lot of stuff that's not good for that's glamorized.
Yeah. Well, we just, I'm always trying to... What I try to do with my son, that, he's, 13 going on 14, is I always just try to show him people. And I like that he likes sports. I'm a big believer in it. Because I always let him know what they're doing behind the scenes to be the success that they are, the work that they're putting in. And I try to emulate that and focus on that and say, hey, they've achieved this status, this wealth, this whatever by doing this on a daily basis. And here's the work that it takes.
You and the Queen find a bag of cocaine underneath Cannon's bed. He's trying to hide it. You guys found it somehow.
Yeah.
He's 14 years old. What do the Ralstons do as parents? What's your move as a dad? You find that coke.
Yeah, well, we'd investigate. Be like, where did you get it? We would find out where that all happens, and then
you test it out first.
Yeah, we would cut down all that, kind of stuff wherever this access might have had, and then we would have to seriously have a meeting to say, okay, he's not getting it clearly, so we need to figure out a new strategy. So I need a lot more information as to what happened, but yeah, you would close those doors until he's 18. You can close the doors and say, I'm not going to open the doors for you to give you access where you can get cocaine. So wherever that was happening, we need to figure that out.
Sure,
this isn't the right path. So
I mean. You think those things don't happen, but they do, man. I knew kids doing hardcore drugs at 12. Hardcore.
Sure, they might, yeah. And I always I take a very matter-of-fact approach with him. I don't try to sugarcoat things, and I don't be like, you will, and my mom was that way with me, and it just always pushed me in the other direction. So I'm always like, all right, if you don't believe me, try it. Just see where you wind up, dude. I'll tell you, look at these people who you want to have the life of this guy. Here's what he did, and he's documented it. Watch the videos on what he does. You love LeBron James? He didn't just fall into it. Here's how he lives his life. This is a discipline that he has. drugs do nothing but get you off course. So if you want to have the life of this guy and show somebody that's got sores all over their face and they're passed out under a bridge, but you could be that guy or LeBron. Luckily, he seems to be choosing the path where he would much rather be LeBron James than Johnny Depp.
Yeah, and I was only using Cannon as the example. I don't think Cannon's going to have coke under his bed.
Yeah, but no, that's how, I mean, as a parent, you always look at that. I mean, you look at your own kid and be like, okay, if my kid were doing that, what's going on? So, you know, that's been my own approach. I find that you teach them, you point it out to them, and you say, you get to make your own choices, man. You know, this is what life is all about. This is your life to live, not my life to live.
I remember when I got to 7th grade, it was at Howell Watkins Middle School in Palm Beach Gardens, and it was crazy going from elementary to middle school because the middle school was a bunch of different schools, not just the one you were at. So you have a lot of new people there. And man, it was way different at the middle. It's just many adults. And I remember being in 7th grade, seeing kids smoking outside cigarettes. I go, oh my gosh! And the one kid goes, that's not cigarettes, man. They're smoking weed. I go, they're smoking weed. Holy shit! I couldn't believe it.
That would be intimidating.
It was.
7th graders smoking weed?
And then I found out one of the kids was big into cocaine. So you'd walk by this kid every single day on the bridge, and he wasn't a mean guy. He was very popular. A lot of chicks liked him, but he was always smoking weed right by the bridge, and he was just kind of bigger than all the kids. He was intimidating.
He's still there today.
Yeah.
On that bridge.
On that bridge.
Still
Doing rails off the rail.
Yeah.
Smoking his ciggies.
But as a little innocent kid, you're walking by that all the time. It was fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
That is weird. 7th grade, I just don't picture it.
And it happens, believe it or not.
Well, and the thing about South Florida is there really are drugs everywhere. And I think anywhere you go, even my hometown now, I think they're all methed up there now.
But growing up, like, I didn't know people when I was in 7th grade that had access to drugs. I did not.
Weed, that was it. No, we had weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was aware of that. I
was not. I wasn't aware of any kind of weed.
Yeah.
In 7th grade, I didn't find out about drugs till like 9th grade.
Okay.
In high school.
Well, I always say middle school is so tough because you're still a kid, but you're breaking out of that and you're turning into that little mini adult, and it's a weird place to be. Some of us go kicking and screaming, even in their 40s.
Yeah, so it's tough. I know, my daughter, she's got, kind of a party crew, and she smokes a ton of weed. But she's very, she doesn't dabble with anything else. And I know she's got friends in her group that might a little bit here and there. But
Does the weed bother you?
No, not at all.
Her drinking obviously doesn't bother you.
No,
as long as it's not overly.
She gets it. I'm not the best role model, at all. Never have. But I'll tell them, be like, look, I make decisions, and I've always told people I'm a lot left of center. A lot of things I do, I try to do the right things, but I make mistakes and I mess up, and be like, look, there are parts of your dad I hope you look at and be like, I want to have the work ethic he does. I want to do those kind of things. But look, I'm human. There's a lot of stuff. I hope that you don't ever drink like I do. If you do, then I don't know how I haven't gotten in massive trouble the way that I've drank my entire life.
Well, if you do, you better have your shit together. You can't drink like we do and not be able to function during the week and work and do your required duties.
Work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
Work hard, play hard. You can't just start playing hard before you figured out how to work and make some money and pay your rent, pay your bills, get yourself a car. Like, after you set yourself up, then you can party.
Well, no one on the show plays harder than they work, and that's why it's okay. Because to your point, you will be under the bridge.
You will be. If you can't figure out how to balance and work harder than you play, you will have no money, and you'll have no car, you'll have no life, you'll have no home.
Yeah. So I've always done that, with the kids. And I've said, look, there's parts of me that I know I don't like when I do that. I'm not proud of myself when I do that kind of stuff.
I'm proud of you.
But honestly, though, I like that perspective as a parent. Growing up, I'm not saying my parents did this, but look, parents have secrets, and I would rather have had more of honest conversations about certain things. I mean,
they kept kids in the dark in the 70s.
And the
80s.
Yeah, my mom in the 80s.
70s and 80s, they didn't tell us nothing.
Well, they just made it seem like your parents, they're human, but they were always right. They never make mistakes. They do everything right. And then you're like 12 years old going, motherfucker, you doing this and doing that? I see you. You're just as human as anybody else.
I'm not
and then
gonna
you start
be.
to
Yeah,
question.
you're phony. I'm not gonna be a phony like that. And the other thing too, I mean, we put so much stuff out there on the radio, and it can get back to these kids, and they'd be like going, "Oh, Dad's trying to act like this, but I heard him." So I'm full exposure.
I learned it from you, Dad. I mean, they could throw that back at you.
And I'd be like, I am so sorry, because you're gonna get your good and bad traits from your parents. And I can say that about, both my mom and dad. There are a lot of things that I'm proud I got from them. And there are some things that, I got from them and I wish I had.
Sure. I think we all have that.
Yeah. And so I'd be like, hey, look, I'll point it out. Be like, I wish you would have this from me. And I will tell you, this is a part of me that I'm not overly proud of, and I hope you don't inherit this, and I hope you can learn from my own mistakes rather than make them yourself.
I always respond better with any kind of interaction if someone just owns their shit. I'll like you even more. I'll like you. You could slap me in the face like a Will Smith.
Yeah.
And if we talk about it and you explain it, and I'm easy to forgive that way. But if you double down on douche, go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and they'll know, like, they'll be like, oh, boy, I think Dad's probably had a little too much tequila. But good news is I'm always fun-loving guy. He's going to be hugging all over me, and he's going to be, so.
You want that guy instead of, oh, man, Dad just threw the pasta bowl across the wall.
Yeah, I'm
again.
not that kind of drunk. I'll annoy you with kindness. You'd be like, oh, gosh, he's like, all right, back off, dude. Let me see. Got a nice email here from Ashley. Thank you very much. It's very kind, helping her through a lot of issues that she's been through, and that's what I love about KVJ. And when you come here, you know that, look, we all realize that, man, life is a struggle. So if we can help you guys through it, you guys help us through it too, because we're nothing but all flawed creatures.
We're all
just trying to make it
so
through
many
this thing.
Scars.
Yeah, so we're all there. So I'm glad we can be there for you, because you guys do the same for us. So look, we'll all just be flawed and human together, right?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Who wants to drink and make some mistakes?
Woohoo! Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, there's going to be tequila in my near future.
Let's fly it up.
I got that jalapeno beer, Kevin.
Yeah, here comes Huggy Dad. Look out, kids. All right, one more day. We'll see you back here then.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.